So you're about to watch Claude reply to 3 emails, pull data from a website into a spreadsheet, and rename folders in a file, all without me touching my keyboard once. No shortcuts, no fake screen recordings. This is Claude actually using my computer in real time. Anthropic recently rolled this out to the public and it's taken the internet by storm. If we haven't met before, my name is Dre, also known as Wisdom Speaks, and I've been testing AI tools on this channel for the last 5 years now. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to set this up, the 3 tasks that actually work the best, and the one thing that nobody's talking about that makes this a real game changer. So let's start with what this new feature is that Claude just launched. And the best way for me to explain this is, imagine telling your computer, reply to those 3 emails, pull this data from this website and put it into a spreadsheet for me. Rename this folder of files. Then after that, simply walking away from your desk and going and making a coffee. Then you come back and everything you told your computer to do before you left is completely done for you. That's exactly how this new feature works, and it's called Claude Cowork. It's essentially an AI assistant that lives on your device and gets work done for you, not just tell you how to do it. It can open your Gmail, just think about whatever app you use on a daily basis, Cowork can pick them up and work inside of them. To set this all up, you're going to need the Claude desktop app, and what I'm going to do is leave the download link to that in the description. And one thing I must say is that to make this all work, you're going to need a paid plan, either the Pro or the Max plan, whichever one you're on right now, but this will not work for the free tier, so just keep that in mind. Once you open up the desktop app, you'll see this window right here with all of the 3 tabs, right? So you have the chat tab, Cowork, and then you have code. The first one is the regular chat, of course, that you already know that you use on the web browser. So this has your chats, your projects, all of the usual stuff. The other 2 are Cowork and code. This video is going to be all about the Cowork tab right here, the actual AI that does the work for you. But I highly recommend after you're done with this video, go and play around with the code tab as well, as you can use this to build apps and different websites by giving Claude instructions in plain English. And just to give you a heads up before we get into the next section, the first demo I'm about to show you right now is going to be the simplest one out of the 3, just to get a feel of how it works and how to use it for your everyday tasks. The second one is where we're going to really pick things up and show you how you can actually outsource some of your most time consuming tasks. And there's a moment in it where Claude is literally going to draft a real email and send it to a real person, so make sure you stick around for that. All right, getting started with the first example and the first use case here, and this actually tackles a problem that's been doing my head in for the last few months. So when I'm not doing YouTube, I actually run a few client projects on the side, nothing huge that takes away my main focus, but it's like these one-time consulting gigs. And the folder I've been working, trying to manage all these clients, all these different tasks in, have been becoming a nightmare for me to like organize and keep up with. In this folder, I've got different signed contracts, handwritten proposals, PDF, invoices, Loom recordings, and just random screenshots from different Slack messages that I have. If I needed to find a specific contract from a client that I worked with like 3 weeks ago, I would literally be in this folder hunting for like 10-15 minutes until I find it. So here's what I'm going to do, right? And this is where Claude Cowork comes in. I'm going to duplicate this folder right now. Then I'm going to let Cowork sort everything out in this copied folder. And quick safety tip before you run anything like this, you need to point Cowork to the exact folder where you want it to work, so it knows to only work within that specific folder. Don't point it to your actual working files or give it access to your whole computer unless you know exactly what you're doing. I highly recommend you create a new folder for this, or do what I'm doing right here by just duplicating my actual folder and giving access just to that copied folder. That way, if anything goes wrong or something gets accidentally deleted, it's not your actual files. Your original files are still there and they stay untouched. So for my example right here, I've selected my folder that I want Cowork to work in, and it knows it should just stay in this specific folder. So what I'm going to do right now is describe what's in the actual folder and the task that I want it to complete. This folder has loads of different files from the side consulting work I do, then sort them into folder structures by client with subfolders that make sense so I can actually find the things when I need them. That's it. There's one prompt, there's one clear instruction on what I need it to do. I'm not giving the AI a step by step. I'm not giving it the exact folder names. I'm literally just handing off all of the work so it can do everything on my behalf. And one thing before you hit run on that prompt, I want to point out that there's different models, right? You always want to pick the right model for the job. Cowork lets you choose between Sonnet and Opus. Sonnet, with the thinking model switched on right here, can literally do most of any of the regular tasks that you can do right here. But when it comes to Opus, this is for more complicated, more advanced tasks, right? This is for stuff like if you're doing coding or if you're doing any deep intellectual work. But for most jobs, especially like this one, I would highly recommend just leaving Sonnet on with the adaptive thinking. If you do want to, max out the capability of the AI and go with Opus, just know that this is going to use up way more tokens, right? So you know how on Claude you have a certain usage, and if you're on the pro plan, you have a even lower usage that you can use in a month. Opus is going to go ahead and max this out in a very short amount of time. So with that being said, make sure you select Sonnet right here with the thinking mode on and then hit enter on your prompt. Every now and again it will pause mid-job and ask you before it goes ahead and does something. So if you walk away from your desk, just know this can happen. What I recommend you do, if it's the first time you're running this task, just sit at your laptop the entire time, the entire job, and then once you want to run that same task again, it will do everything by itself without asking you for permission. So you can see it's analyzing the files, it's building the folder structure, renaming and moving everything. Then it's going to verify everything right at the end. And while it's doing all of that, I'm doing something else. This is the bit I kept banging on about at the start of this video. You describe what you want to the AI, you walk off, maybe grab something from the kitchen, go on a little walk, wherever it is, and you come back to a completed task. That's exactly what's happening right now. Alright, so the task is completed right here, and the first thing that Claude gives me is a summary table, right? So every folder is created, how many files went into each, and what category they represent. And let's go ahead and look into the folder ourselves. You can see for yourself right here, it made a subfolder of one per client inside of each. A clean subfolder with the contracts, invoices, proposals, notes, voice memos, and every file has been renamed for me right here, so I know exactly what everything is at a glance. All of my files have now been sorted with just one prompt with basically no direction. All I did was tell it what exactly was in the file, and then it figured out everything else on its own. And this is the part that really got me the first time I tried this out for myself, and that's the fact that I never have to repeat this process. I never have to give it this prompt again. I can actually set up a schedule so this runs on a weekly basis, daily basis, whatever I want, right? So after you've done this for the first time, you can enter a prompt like this. On the last day of every month, go through this folder and sort any new stuff that's dropped in. Rename it, file it where it belongs. Once you enter that, you'll see that it will show you the skills and connectors that Cowork is using, right? And schedule is one of them, which is on the right hand side right here. I'm going to break down exactly what those skills and connectors are in a minute, because you need to understand that before we move into the next demo. But like I said, this schedule is now locked in for the last day of every month, so I don't need to manually go back into any of my folders anymore. I've set up this schedule, so now anything I put in there on the end of every single month, they'll be organized, so I don't have to keep on doing this manually myself. Now, if that first demo has already shown you something useful, go ahead and drop a like on this video right now. This really helps to get the video out to more people and get more people actually, using Claude Cowork, using different agents like this to automate their tasks and their different workflows. And make sure you stick around right here, because the next demo I'm about to show you is where you can offload most of your everyday tasks. I'm talking about the tasks that usually takes you 3-4 hours in a workday. You can get this done all by using Claude Cowork. Alright, so that was demo 1, a solid bit of housekeeping, something that I'm going to keep using for my client folders every single month. But compared to what I have coming up in this video, that was just a complete warm-up. So 3 quick ones right here: skills, connectors, and Claude in Chrome. The first one is skills. Think of skills like a set of instructions that Claude Cowork picks up when it needs them. A skill for building a PowerPoint, a skill for writing a one-page document in a specific format, a skill for analyzing a spreadsheet in a certain way. When Cowork spots the job it has a skill for, it grabs the right one automatically and then uses it. You don't have to tell it which skill it needs to use, it just intuitively knows. Next, we have connectors. Connectors are basically how Claude hooks into apps that you already use. We're talking about apps like Gmail, Google Drive, Google Calendar. These are the big 3. But there's literally an entire list, right? We can go on, and there's new apps being added from different companies every single week. This is the bit that actually makes Cowork feel like it actually lives within your workflow, rather than being a separate thing that you jump back and forth from. And then last one, we have Claude in Chrome. This is what lets Cowork browse the web on your behalf. It's actually a Chrome extension that you can add to your Chrome right now, and I'm going to leave a link to the official one down in the description. Once you've downloaded it, all you need to do is just toggle it on and then you're set to go. That's it. There's 3 things and you're going to see every single one of them in action within the next 30 seconds. Let's get into it. Cool. So moving into the second demo right now, here's the prompt that I'm going to give Claude Cowork. Check my calendar for meetings today and help me prep. Each meeting has notes attached with the documents I need you to create and everything else that needs doing. Read the notes properly and follow the instructions in them. That's it, just 3 sentences. But look what's sitting in the calendar itself. I've got a pitch meeting with Perplexity on Friday, an AI search tool that most of you have probably used already. And as you can see right here on the meeting notes, I've laid out exactly what I want Claude Cowork to produce. This is me trying to land Perplexity as a sponsor for this channel. And Cowork is literally going to do the entire pitch for me. And there's 3 specific parts of this note right here. Number 1 is the 1-page brand brief covering who I am, my audience size, my niche fit, and past sponsor results, and why Perplexity specifically makes sense for this channel. 2 is a full pitch deck titled Wisdom Speaks X Perplexity. Why this sponsorship works. It needs to cover my audience overlap with their ideal customers, proposed deliverables, pricing, and what I'm bringing to the table that other creators don't. Number 3 is a draft cold email in Gmail to their head of marketing. Keep the tone confident, not desperate. Make it clear that I've got other AI tools lined up if they're not interested. Now, just for transparency, I only added this meeting as a demo here today, but every meeting on your calendar could have similar instructions to this. Different deliverables, different tasks. Cowork just reads the notes and then gets on with it. Now, quick tip before we hit send. Sometimes you might want a more detailed prompt than the one I've just used. What I do a lot of the times is jump back over to the Claude chat tab and ask Claude to expand and format it properly for Claude Code, and then paste the output back to Claude Cowork. That's actually how I put the meeting notes together for this exact demo. The 2 tabs work really well side by side, and that's actually one of my techniques. I always use AI to prompt AI because obviously AI knows itself better than us, so it can always give the best instruction necessary. Last thing I'll do right here is I'll click the plus button and go to connectors and make sure that all of my connectors for the specific job is enabled. So for this example, it's Gmail, Google Calendar, Claude and Chrome. These are all toggled on right now. So that's everything. I'm gonna go ahead right now and send through this prompt. So as you can see right now, it's picked up the Perplexity pitch meeting and it's already spotted 3 deliverables in the notes. Opening this up right now, you can see that it hit a bunch of websites. It pulled the information that it needed right here and grabbed the PowerPoint skill on its own. So it's running 3 different things in parallel right now. So we have the brand brief right here, we have the pitch deck, we have the email, all at the same time, and I'm gonna let it do its thing right here. So you can see the checklist is up on the right, brief is already done, and I'll come back when everything is finished. And there it is, all 3 deliverables are completed. So let's start with the brand brief. This is properly formatted, 1 page, it's very clean and it's scannable. This is exactly the type of brief that you would want to bring up in a pitch meeting. Under the strategic section, it's written Wisdom Speaks sits in the intersection of AI education and practical implementation, making this one of the sharpest channels to showcase Perplexity's research capabilities to a buyer intent search audience. As you can see for yourself, this is doing all of the selling for me. Now let's have a look at the pitch deck. And this one already looks great, but let me go ahead and open this up in the keynote. So you can see the opening slide is described why Perplexity needs business owners like me, what are the advantages, so the subscribers, how many years I've been in the space, the different type of audience I have and everything like that. And then on the money side is proposed, you know, how much I'm gonna get paid for the package, and all of this is editable, right? So if I wanted to up the rate or maybe lower the rate for whatever reason, I can always go in and edit this. And then if we have a look at the final piece of the puzzle right here, which is the email, you can see this email is directed to the head of marketing at Perplexity, right? So let's open up the draft and I'll keep this one brief. I'm the creator behind Wisdom Speaks, 300,000 subscribers, AI tools niche, audience matches your ICP almost exactly. That's the open, right? Then I've got a pitch deck ready and I'm taking a few other tools in the space this week. And you can read the rest of the email yourself, right? So this is a direct outreach to Perplexity and letting them know I've got everything ready. So the pitch deck, the brief, everything about my brand, and why this is a good collaboration between Wisdom Speaks and their brand. All right, so reeling this all back in right now, and here's what I want you to think about in terms of the whole process that you've just seen, right? From one singular prompt, Cowork read my calendar, researched the company, and wrote a one-page brief, built a fully editable pitch deck, and draft a cold email to the head of marketing of that specific brand. All of this was completed behind the scenes while I was off doing something else. And because it reads meeting notes, every single meeting on your calendar can run different instructions. Client prep, sales calls, interviews, and partnership meetings. Cowork just reads it and then cracks on. Now remember at the start of this video where I said there's one thing that nobody is talking about? Here it is. In its current state, Cowork doesn't have any kind of memory across the different chats that you're having and the different tasks that it's doing. If you need it to remember what it did last week, you build that in yourself. That workaround is having Cowork create a log file inside the folder that it's working from. Then read that log file before every new task. Now, how you set this up will be highly dependent upon the job itself, but that's literally the only way to do it until they bake memory in properly. That's literally the only catch with Claude Cowork. If you're already thinking about how this fits into your business, there's literally so many angles, from client work to outreach to research, admin, literally all of it. Whatever task that you're doing right now in your daily life or in your business, Cowork can replace it. Now, one more thing before I let you guys go here is that earlier on I mentioned that Claude Cowork and Claude Code works under the same engine. That's the code tab in the desktop app, and it lets Claude build fully working website apps from scratch, all from this, describing exactly what you want. You don't need any coding knowledge. You don't need to have built any of these things before in the past. And all of this can be created in natural speaking language by literally just giving Claude Code your instructions. As I said, I'm going to be going deep on Claude Code, how to use it, how to get it set up, and how to build your first set of apps and websites, and literally anything that you want to build online. So if Claude Cowork impressed you, then Claude Code is literally going to take this to the next level for you. So by the time you've watched this video, that video will be out. So I'm going to leave it on the screen somewhere around here. So make sure you go and click on that right now. With that being said, thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video.